atWork Australia would like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the lands and pay our respect to elders past and present. This podcast is being recorded in the southwest and Western Australia, which is land of the Noongar people. We'd also like to pay our respects and acknowledge the traditional custodians of the lands from wherever you may be listening from. Hello and welcome everyone to another episode of Candid Conversations with Shaun. In this episode, we have two special guests joining us. We have atWork Australia client Nick and his dad Peter. Today they shared how atWork Australia was able to support Nick to be able to find meaningful and sustainable employment. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this episode as I enjoyed my conversation with Peter and Nick. First of all, I want to say a big congratulations to you, Nick. I believe you've recently started a new job.
Yes.
Yeah. Can you tell us a bit about that job?
I help this handicapped kid. He comes with us when we work, all that stuff. And
what it is, Shaun, I'll give you. It's hard for Nick to actually explain, but what it is Nick had an interview and they were looking for someone to do parks and gardens, which Nick has got his certificate too in parks and gardens. He did that through school when he was doing his VCAL, and he liked doing it. So this opportunity came up through atWork. We'd been trying to get the right employer for him, and he'd worked at a number of other places. He started off as an apprentice at one place. I won't name the company or anything like that, but they lost a major contract. Nicky was one of the first ones on, so first on, first off sort of thing. So he lost that. Then he got another job through another big company, and he was bullied out of that one. So he was a bit down in the dumps for quite a while.
That's disappointing. He wasn't able to find the right workplace, and I can definitely understand sometimes, timing can be a really big influence when you find the right opportunity and who's in management of the right place, what contracts they have going on to see if that job's going to last. I guess it was a bit unfortunate that you were the first on, last off in that situation.
Yeah,
it was. And look, he did well to continue on, and I found the jobs for him, the ones that he had when he left school and that. And look, I even took time out of my own. I was on long service leave, and one company that he worked at a golf course, and he was using big equipment there. And I spent 2 weeks with him there as well as his supervisor to just help him settle in and everything like that. And then they put him onto the garden management side of things, and that's when it sort of turned a bit pear-shaped and that. And look, he was a bit disheartened for a while, but the good thing is that at work, between the two of us and that, we were constantly in contact with each other. I was giving them feedback of jobs that I've applied for Nick, and vice versa with them. And to Donna's credit, who was Nick's job coach, she just went hammers and tongs. She sent his resume off to the company that he's working for now, the Green Team, it's called.
Yeah.
And they wanted to meet Nicky. He had an interview, didn't you?
Yeah.
And Adrian liked him and started off. And look, he's just been kicking goals ever since, mate. Like he said, Nick's got an intellectual handicap, which it's hard for him to put pen to paper and stuff like that. But apart from that, he understands everything. He can go off on Google Maps and if he's not sure, he gets on the computer and has a look, and so that's a good learning thing for him as well.
Yeah. Before we continue going into more about your employment journey, you just mentioned that, Nick, you live with an intellectual barrier. What kind of challenges did you face going through school, and did you always then worry about how you were going about to find work?
Yes. I went okay at school. Got bullied at school a couple of times, but I did okay at school.
The good thing was the opportunity come up when he was doing his VCAL to do this, to do the parks and gardens, and he really excelled. And at the end of it, when he got his certificate, he won the encouragement award.
Yep.
So they could see that he really enjoyed doing that. And I said to him, with his disability, there's only certain jobs that we could probably find for you, that and you're going to be comfortable in as well. And I said, do you really like doing the gardening side of things and everything like that? And he said, yeah, I do, because he's an outdoor person, a bit like myself. We like being outside and that.
Yeah.
And that's why we went down that track.
And I think it's really important that you do try and find something that you're going to be passionate about. Otherwise, you're going to be doing something for a long time that you're not going to enjoy, right?
Correct. Absolutely.
You know, I also lived with a disability when I was 19 years old. I lost 90% of my eyesight, and so now I'm legally blind. I started my life out as an apprentice, like Nick did, and
Yep.
once I acquired my disability, I had no idea where to turn for help or who was even out there to point me in the right direction. Did you ever feel like you had those similar challenges where you just didn't know where to turn?
Yes, yes,
Yeah, it was fairly hard there, mate. Like you say, a lot of people, they say they'll give you a go, but at the end of the day, they don't really understand that it takes people with a disability a little bit longer to get an understanding of the workplace and everything like that. And that's what we found with those two major companies that Nicky worked for. And he worked for a couple of guys just on and off, just helping him do garden maintenance and that until atWork found him this position that he's in now. And look, he's kicking goals. Even Adrian, his boss, he's got another interview this Friday with someone else regarding his journey as well, because at the moment they've sent him off to do a course in horticulture, and he's been doing that on a Friday.
Exciting.
So yeah, so he's nearly at the end of that. So and like you said, with the guys go and pick up kids with a lot more disabilities than what Nicky has, and Nicky's been given a mentoring job with this guy to look after him, because I think he's got Down syndrome a little bit, hasn't he? Yeah. And so Nicky's been given the job to look after him. And Adrian said he's excelled. He just keeps an eye on him, and he helps him and teaches him, things what he's got to do. So they take him on a Wednesday and run him through the process and that. So it's been good for Nicky too.
It sounds really great that you can create an environment where everyone is just supporting each other and doing their best. Nick supporting his colleague now to be able to be involved and experience the workplace as well.
Yeah, no, absolutely correct. Absolutely right. And, he's never been happier. He comes home, he's smiling all the time. And it's just great to see that he's happy, because it makes me feel a lot better too, to know that, he's in a job that he likes and everything like that.
Well, just employment plays such an important role in everyone's life that, everyone needs to be able to have a job in some aspect to earn a bit of money, but also for your mental health and to feel like you're contributing to the community as well.
Absolutely correct there. Like when he wasn't working there, he was a bit down, and we kept saying, be positive. We will find. It's just a matter of finding the right employer. That's all it gets down to. Someone with an understanding and everything like that. And we've found one here.
yeah.
And I think a lot of the time we try and educate employers on how they can best support people with disabilities. But again, you really got to find that right match and people who are really passionate about supporting people. How was your employer? Have they put supports in place to be able to support you at work, Nick?
Very good. He was he's a very good, nice guy. Good to have a joke with, and yet everyone loves me there. So yes, it's good to be there.
It's always good when you can have a joke at work, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's really good, Shaun. Look, I couldn't have been more happy than the way Donna went about it as well. She pushed, and look, we had a couple of job coaches. Started off with Megan. Megan was great, but Megan moved on to a higher position. Then we got Yasmina, and she went on holidays, and then Donna took over, and Donna really excelled. She just pushed and pushed. She said, I've got this company. I reckon you'll fit in. She just went hammers and tongs with it. And when they had the interview with Nicky, Mum went with him, just as company. She didn't go in the interview with him, but he went in by himself, and they said, yep, more than happy to give you a go. And yeah, he had his trial, and they said, yep, let's go.
Yeah, fantastic. And what would a typical day look like for you at work, Nick?
Hard work and
just explain to Shaun like the places you go to and stuff like that.
We look after. We do home care pastries, and we do day programs like that for handicapped kids, and that stuff.
You do retirement villages and stuff like that as well.
Yeah.
So they're getting more and more clients all the time.
Yeah. And what are you mowing lawns, doing the hedges, cleaning up around the facilities?
Yeah, mowing lawn, whipping it in, to the edge, and to clean up and get a good body and all that stuff.
What's the favourite part about your job? Do you get to ride the ride-on lawnmower?
No, it's a push one.
Push mower.
Yeah.
Oh, you get some exercise while you're out there as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. When he did the golf course, he used the ride-on mowers and that, and they were big machinery, weren't they?
Yeah.
And that was quite good. That's given him a bit of experience when he did that. You know, going forward, if he ever has to use one, he's not scared. You know, he used to have to do the daily startup check, you know, on the machinery
Yep.
and everything like
Yep.
that. So
Make sure it's
he
all
knows.
safe.
Yeah, he knows what the processes are, don't you, to go through and that. So he's not scared in that respect if they say, well, we need you to jump on this.
Yeah. And what are your goals for the future? Would you like to hope to stay with this company, or are you looking to progress with them?
Yeah, well, that's sure.
Oh, yeah,
Sean's
yes.
asking whether
So,
you know,
yes.
Yeah.
progress. Yeah,
Yes.
You know, hopefully move up the ladder a bit. Hey,
Yeah,
maybe sometime.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nice
all
one.
the guys that he works with are good, and there's girls as well, so they all work well together, don't you?
Yeah.
Really, from
Yeah.
all the feedback that I've had from Adrian, and that you know, they're more than happy with him. They love him, you know, because Nicky's pretty easygoing. He's pretty shy at the start, you know, but once he gets to know you, he opens up a bit more, and
Yeah.
as like anyone when they start a new position.
Yeah, exactly. You need to go in there and build your confidence in a new environment.
Yeah, absolutely. And look, I would say to anyone who's got a child that's got a disability or anything like that, please don't just give up, you know, just keep pushing and pushing until you find the right job for your daughter or your son, and just support them as much as you can, you know, because I think that's a big thing. A lot of parents don't support their kids enough to get suitable employment, you know, if they've got a disability, because I think some parents think, well, they've got a disability that, you know, there's no suitable work for them, but there's work out there for everybody, I believe, no matter what your disability is or what you've got.
Yeah, definitely. I know some people just need their support in different ways than others, and if people can get that assistance, and they deserve to be able to have the opportunity to at least try and work if they want to.
Absolutely. And you see, we've seen the growth in Nicky, you know, the way he's come along as well. When he first started work and everything like that, he's grown, you know, he's a free spirit now, you know, he enjoys what he does, you know, he comes, like I've said before, he comes home happy. He's got his own car license and everything like that. You know, it's just, I just say to the parents, just support your kids and that, you know, as much as you can.
Yeah, and I guess, you know, from my own personal experience as well, I guess you have to be patient. When you're trying to find a job, it's not going to happen overnight. It's probably going to try a few jobs that you don't like, but that's the same for everyone. But I guess you just got to keep chucking your hat in the ring and keep having a crack, because if you don't try, then you're definitely not going to get anywhere.
That's exactly right. And don't be discouraged if you get knockbacks.
Yeah.
You know, you just keep going, because like you said, and I said before, you know, there's the right employer out there for everybody. You know, you just got to find the right one.
And to be completely honest, if you have a disability or you don't have a disability, knockbacks are a part of life, and it's something that everyone's got to learn. So you take them on the chin, you learn from them, and you take it forward for the next opportunity.
Yep, absolutely correct there. Absolutely correct. But like I said, the guys at atWork did a fantastic job. You know, they really did. You know, they've supported Nicky in getting, you know, work gear that he needed and everything like that. You know, the PPE that he needed and everything like that to start up and that. So, yeah, they've been really good.
And what would your advice be to other people out there who might be listening, who might have their own disability, or trying to overcome their own challenges to find employment?
I would say stay positive, you know, and don't give up. Set yourself some goals, maybe, you know, if there's a certain field you think you're going to be suited to in the workplace, then go for it. Just try. You know, like you said, you might get a knockback or two, but if you think you can really handle the job that you're going for, then just keep trying.
Yeah, exactly. If you don't, like I said before, if you don't try, you don't get. And what would you say to employers who may have hesitations towards giving a person with a disability an opportunity?
Don't hesitate to employ these kids, please. You know, I can't stress enough. I mean, they are going to get good workers. From what I can understand, they don't take a lot of time off. They're happy-go-lucky. You just got to spend time with them and show them, and be patient. Just show a bit of patience, you know, and you'll have a long-time worker. You know, if they love what they're doing and they've got good people around them and people that treat them well and look after them, they'll get it back in tenfold, I believe.
And I think there's actually research that supports what you're saying, that people with disabilities, they are more loyal. They do tend to have less absentee days, and they generally stick in a workplace longer because they're grateful for the opportunity.
Exactly right. Exactly right. So any employer out there, don't be afraid to give them a go. I can't stress that enough. Give them a go. That's all I can say.
And I think it's just over time, hopefully with more education, more employers become aware of the benefits of employing people with disabilities, and they'll overcome the stigmas of that people with disabilities aren't as productive, and they'll see the truth for what it is.
Yeah, absolutely. Exactly correct. It doesn't matter. It really annoys me when I hear different stories, about kids not getting a break because they've got a disability. I can't yell enough from the rooftops to any employer to say, give these kids a chance. That's all they want, is a chance.
You give them a chance and let their work ethic and determination show the rest. People with disabilities, they have to overcome obstacles and challenges their entire lives, and they can bring those skills to the workplace as well.
Exactly right. Yeah, couldn't have said it better.
Also, thank you very much, Peter and Nick, for coming along today and sharing your journey with atWork Australia. And I really hope you continue to kick goals within your workplace.
Thank you.
Thanks, Shaun, and I appreciate your time too. And I hope this helps other parents and kids, and that even adults, that got disabilities, get a bit of a insight on what Nicky's gone through, and hopefully this helps them, in their journey on how to find a job.
Yeah, I'm sure people will be inspired, and also just to realise the extent that you've gone to support your son to be able to find employment as well. So congratulations to you, and a big congratulations for Nick for not giving up and really going after what you want.
No, thanks again, Shaun. Appreciate it. And all the best to you too, mate.
Thanks everyone for tuning in to another episode. I really hope you enjoyed hearing about Nick's story and how Peter's been able to support him to be able to find meaningful employment. For more information about atWork Australia or how we can support you to find employment, please check out the links in the show notes.